Hi, my name is Becca with Free Tours by Foot, and I want to talk to you today about Bruges and the free walking tours you can take while visiting Belgium. Bruges is an incredible city. We recommend it to travelers who are in the region because it has a little bit of everything. It has a rich historical past, beautiful landscapes, castles. It's really walkable, so it's very friendly for a walking tour. And what better place to try Belgian beer than Bruges? But before we talk about the walking tours in Bruges, let's talk about what a free or name your own price walking tour is. This is a tour that has no upfront cost. You are going to pay what you think the tour is worth to you at the end of the tour. So the guide is working exclusively for your appreciation. This means that the guides are going to try to work their hardest to give you a great experience, because if you're not happy, you might not pay anything at all. We find that this model works very well for travelers. It's budget friendly, but it also usually ensures that you're going to have an enthusiastic local guide who's going to work very hard for your money at the end of the tour. Of course, Free Tours by Foot offers our own walking tours in the United States, Europe, and Dubai, but we also offer free self-guided walking tours in many cities as either free or inexpensive GPS-based tours. We work with many guides and tour companies to offer you the very best name your own price tours in Bruges, and the tours we mention in this video can be booked on our website. Be sure to check out the link in the description. There are a few free walking tour companies in Bruges, and almost all of them are going to cover the same area, the historic center. This is the heart of Bruges, where you'll see all the major landmarks and historical sites. You can only access most of this area by foot, so a walking tour is the best way to see everything. Why should you choose a free or name your own price walking tour? We recommend these tours because the guides are working for you. They're going to work really hard to make sure that you have a great experience, because if you don't like it, you might not pay anything at the end of the tour. These guides are almost always locals, they're enthusiastic, and they really want to share the city and its history with you. These are also great tours because they're not long. They tend to be 2 to 3 hours at most, and they're going to cover all the major sites in a city like Bruges. So in one quick tour, you will be able to see a lot. So it's excellent if you're a traveler who has a limited amount of time in a city. Free walking tours in Bruges are offered by a few companies. The companies we recommend in this video all come highly rated by travelers like you. Legends of Bruges. This 2.5-hour tour focuses on local history, urban legends, and culture. You'll leave with fun stories from your guide and tips on where to eat and drink. Tours depart several times a day, although not as frequently in the winter. Ambassadors of Bruges. A very popular tour company, they offer a daily history and heritage tour that lasts 2 hours and departs 2 to 3 times a day. Vivas Tour. This local company offers a 2-hour tour that covers the highlights of Bruges, as well as providing a free map and free chocolate, as well as tips on where to find the best restaurants and bars. Latin Tours Bruges. This well-reviewed company offers a 2-hour tour daily in both English and Spanish that highlights the major landmarks and shares a short history of the area's community and culture. They also offer extended paid public tours that go more in depth and private tours that are designed to avoid the crowds. This is a big word of caution with name your own price walking tours, especially in Bruges. These tours can be very popular with tours selling out, or they can have large groups, especially during the peak tourist season. Bruges is not a big city, so it can be very crowded in the historic center. A private or prepaid tour will be able to navigate around those crowds and avoid the most busy areas. A prepaid or private tour is also more likely to limit the number of guests so that you get a more personalized experience. If you want evening or specialty topics like ghost tours, you're definitely going to have to look for a prepaid tour. The good news is that you can find the best value for prepaid tours on our website. We highlight the best prepaid tour options on our website, and you can book directly there. Just check out the link in the description. Free Tours by Foot can be found worldwide. Check out tours nearby in London or Paris, and further abroad in San Francisco or Mumbai. Read all about free walking tours in Bruges below and book a spot for your next trip. But first, subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos for all your travel needs.